right, give it up for the Dolly Mama. Yeah. All right. We appreciate you coming out to Jokers tonight. If you do have a cell phone or anything, please turn it to vibrate or off right now. Try to keep your table talk to a minimum, please. This is a live entertainment show. We do appreciate you coming out. We're celebrating an anniversary tonight that I can talk to you a little bit about just a little bit later. Is there any married folks out there? Has anybody celebrated an anniversary or anything recently? None of you. A bunch of single people here tonight. No married people here? No? One person. I'm not like the smartest, but that doesn't add up. Where your husband at? She's got her side dude with her. Married people, though. Married people, man. We just celebrated, my wife's grandparents actually just celebrated 65-year anniversary. Now that is truly amazing. 65 years of marriage. And I want to know, do they still love each other, or has every murder attempt failed up until this point? Married people know what I'm talking about, man. Marriage is tough. It is. So I was curious to see, after 65 years of marriage, I asked my grandfather-in-law, who I think is hard of hearing, I said, Mel, after that many years, do you guys still get funky fresh? He said, yeah, wrap it in foil. Sometimes I'll stick it in Tupperware. They told me when you get married, you quit having sex. I said, that sounds about accurate. You're related. That's gross. Probably explain why you got some goofy-looking, ugly kids. But this is kind of how marriage is. What I've learned is, on your honeymoon, it's like that cheesy song from the 80s. And sometimes when we touch, the honesty's too much, and I have to close my eyes, and this is like 20 years of marriage. I want to choke you till you die, till there's no more breath inside. I want to choke you till the life in you subsides. Married people know that song. That's like your 20-year reunion song, anniversary dance. Except you got each other's throats. Yeah. I try to spend some time with my wife, quality time with my wife. Gentlemen, it's a good idea to spend some quality time with your wife. Last week we watched the Titanic together. All right, honestly, I took a 3-hour nap and watched the last hour and a half of the Titanic with my wife. But I can tell you this, if I started in that movie, folks, it would have ended a little bit differently. There would have been a line at the end of the movie that would have said, girl, you better get your own piece of wood to float on, that water is cold. You gotta give it up for Leonardo DiCaprio. I told that joke one time and somebody said, you would let your wife in that freezing water? I said, that depends on the day we had up until that point. You would let your daughters freeze in that water? I said, my daughters weigh 31 pounds combined. They could sit on my lap. You know, would I let my wife freeze to death in that water? Well, you got to consider, when it comes to the female, there's factors you got to figure in. What if it's that time of month? That's going to attract sharks. So technically, I wouldn't let my wife freeze to death in the water, right? I told that joke. My wife's like, you would let me get eaten by sharks? I said, honey, I'm holding the kids. What do you want me to do? My Lord, man. I do love my wife. I'm learning this in marriage. Women are smarter than men. All right. They are. They sure are. This is how smart my wife is. We were coming back from Columbus one time. We took my daughter to the zoo, and she points in the south. I think she was trying to be romantic, and she says, honey, look how bright the North Star is tonight. I said, the North Star of what, honey? Mexico? I didn't know Mexico had a North Star. That's how I know women are smarter than men. She figured that out. She'll send my daughter, Isabella, who's 3 years old, she'll send her up to me to hit me up for money. My 3-year-old will come up, Daddy, I need money, go to Walmart. I said, your mommy is smart. She sent you up here to hit me up for money because she knows I'm not going to ask you for a blowjob. You can learn a lot from your wife, gentlemen. Never finger check a diaper. I learned that from my wife. We went out to Las Charetas. Everybody know Las Charetas here in Lima? Best Mexican restaurant in Lima. We were sitting there at the table and we smelled something. And you know how you check in the back of a diaper to see? And apparently she stuck her finger just a little bit too far in there and pulled out a little brown surprise on the tip of her finger. Timing is everything in comedy. Just then the waiter walks up. Says, how was your food today? I said, my food's great, but my wife's refried beans smell like crap. All right, y'all ready for your next comedian? All right, he is out of Lima. Actually, tonight he is celebrating his 2nd year anniversary in the stand-up comedy business. Yeah, give it up for my man, Mr. Jake Hill.